What's up, everybody? My name is G Class. Today we're going to be looking at Twitch's new Stream Together feature. How is it? Does it work? Is it best for you? Should you use it over some other streaming software? What is it exactly? We're going to break all that down, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. For my first YouTube video, I decided to tackle this because I love to help. I think it's very important for content creators to know how to stream and what tools are out there to help them make their streaming journey easier, to make it more fun, to even make it more engaging. That's one thing that I try to focus on. So I went through this, set it up, and I've streamed together with some other people, some of my friends on Twitch. I thought, why not put something together that maybe people will enjoy? So here's a tutorial on it. Okay, again, it's called Stream Together. Okay, and this is on Twitch's platform. I think everybody knows about Twitch by now, but for those of you who know about Twitch, it's a wonderful platform in conjunction with Amazon where you can stream content. So first thing you want to do is go to your creator dashboard. In the navigation menu, you want to click on Stream Together. And then from there, you want to click Start Streaming Together. Now, you're going to go through a window that talks about backstage activity. You want to check it out, okay? Because backstage, there's rules to being backstage in someone's stream. The backstage activity will be recorded for safety. Twitch watches this, okay? It's not a bad thing. They just want to make sure that everything is good. If you do end up having an issue, that they'll have evidence of it and they'll be able to care for it and care for their stream. You select that you got it, you comply, you understand. Then that puts you in the initial backstage location. So then you want to check your settings, okay? And the first thing you do, the settings option is in the top right, and it is a cog, okay? You click on that cog, it'll give you the settings menu, and the first thing you'll see is your camera, okay? But what we want to take a look at before we get to the camera is the browser sources. Now, what makes a browser source so important? Twitch offers two options. The recommended option is the group capture browser source. Now, when in this option, you can show guests on stream with a browser source. You can show guests on stream with the browser source. If you don't have that browser source, then it will be audio only. You add browser sources to scenes in your stream together in your streaming software to show specific guests or the whole group at the same time, right? Two options: group capture browser source, which is recommended, or individual browser source for each guest, which is an advanced option. You have one link per guest and up to 5 guests maximum. This is best for creating specific custom layouts in your scene, but requires more setup time, of course. So what does that mean? This is for the nerds. This is for the people who love to do custom streams, custom overlays, layouts of their stream. So you choose, again, what works best for you. They even give you visual examples of what this will look like, okay, to be helpful. Once you select an option, then we'll go and check our settings again. And now we look at the camera. You should have already selected a camera. The screen share option is something that new. Again, this is still in beta, okay? So it's something new. And you have a couple options in there. You can adjust the screen share permissions to either just you having the power to share your screen, or you can allow everyone the power to share it, okay? Then you check on the microphone. You'll select your microphone from here in the drop down. You always will have a default. Typically, the default, if you don't have a separate microphone or a microphone control, like maybe a mixer or something like that, the default will be the microphone that's on the computer or on your webcam, okay? Now, below that, you'll have some of its own Twitch's settings for your microphone: noise suppression, echo cancellation, and auto gain control. Very simple, nothing too complex. You can choose these as you need. Noise suppression removes unwanted sounds from your surroundings. Echo cancellation prevents speaker sounds from creating an echo effect. And then, of course, auto gain control, which typically you will have auto gain control on when you're using something that you're going to have trouble with the sound. So if your sound is too low, it'll automatically bring it up. If your sound is too high, it'll bring it down. It'll try to level it out. Again, the term is normalize. So to try to normalize it, quiet and loud speech. The next option we have is the audio output. Now, this is a very important section. In audio output, you can select your audio output device, and then you can browse source audio output. They give you two options. So you'll choose how audio is sent through all of your browser source URLs when streaming together. You can either capture it all under desktop audio capture, which they recommend. This is the cleanest, simplest way to do this. Okay, no muss, no fuss. You select it and move on. But it says this allows you to capture audio through the desktop mix without experiencing echo issues. Echo issues. Okay, now that depends on your setup. You may still experience some echo, but it won't be because of this. It'll be because of something else. Typically, if you have desktop monitors and the volume is high enough for your microphone to catch the sound, then it will come through. Okay, so it will sound like an echo to the audience. If you're just using your computer microphone, okay, if you're using your computer microphone and you want to capture the desktop audio from someone else, then you will not have any echo issues. Okay, this is only if you have a separate microphone. The other option is you control audio via the streaming software. In doing this, controlling your audio with your streaming software such as OBS or Streamlabs, this is the best way to make sure that everyone's audio is at a nice even level. And you can also, as you know, you can add filters on audio. You can add whatever you like, whatever plugin you have that you can add to audio, you can add it there. You can control it in your OBS or your Streamlabs software. Then you have another option at the bottom, says send audio with your camera via the browser source. So you can tell your camera to send audio to a browser source and control that audio. I personally don't have that checked, but it is an option. Next, you have your moderator options. They have moderator settings and moderator actions. This is no different from if you've ever streamed on Twitch, this is no different. This section is the absolute same, but now you can get specific. So when you stream together, you can give your mods particular certain powers. In a sense, they can have certain responsibilities in that specific stream together setup. Again, it talks about select which of your current mods or editors can help manage stream together. So this is telling you that stream together is separate from your normal streaming setup. Okay, when you stream together, you are still streaming on your channel, but you might need someone to come behind the scenes and to be able to control or mitigate certain things backstage on your stream, just like a mod would do for your normal stream. Finally, we have nameplates. And the interesting thing about nameplates is you can turn it on and off. You can change the size and you can change the position. Okay. Now the nameplate could show up in one of 6 ways: bottom, left, right, middle; top, left, right, middle. Those are the only places that the nameplate will show up. I will say this, in my experience, medium and large might be too big for a nameplate. Small is big enough, especially if you're using the automatic layout, because you're going to have to increase the size of the browser source itself so that people will be able to see your guest, and then if you have the nameplate, to be able to see the name clearly. Okay, these are just a couple things that you want to keep in mind. So when we go and look at our browser sources, there's 2 options. You can have a group automatic layout, which they recommend, or you can have an individual browser source, or you can hand out individual browser source URLs. What does all this mean? Group automatic layout means that whenever someone joins your stream, Twitch will automatically set up the layout per whichever layout you choose. but they will automatically organize and arrange it. If you want to be more custom, if you want to have more control over the size of their window, where they are in relation to your camera, then you can give them an individual browser source that they can then copy in their setup. And then when they accept the invite to your stream together, then you can adjust the size of the window. This is a really, really cool option to have, to be able to do something like this, and all within Twitch, right? Which means that you can still have your audience use your redemptions, and they can also use their emotes. If you have an emote wall, they can still come up. Can't accomplish that with something like StreamYards, but I digress. So let's say you gave someone, a URL and you have a falling out, or you really didn't like, for whatever reason, you said, hey, I really don't want them, in it or something like that. You can regenerate these URLs and get brand new ones, right? Just click regenerate, choose brand new ones, and you can move on, right? Fresh start, fresh stream. Okay. So now after you make your selections, you click done. And here's the other thing. So now you can look at this here. Okay. Group capture output. The default layout is tiled. Now, if you look at tiled, it looks all nice and orderly. The boxes are even. It's a beautiful thing, right? They have a couple other options, or a few other options. Screen share, which means that the screen share window will be on the left, and then the host and the guest windows will be on the right, or the guest windows will be on the right. Just depends on how you want to set it up. Then you have top, bottom, left, right. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of these layouts. Okay, the windows are far too small. It's hard to see. It's not only hard to see the guest, it's hard to see the nameplate, which is the other thing. The nameplate option is a wonderful option, I believe, and it's best used for when you want to quickly set up a stream together. Okay, when you want to quickly set it up, wonderful option. But if you have a little bit more time and you want things to look just a little bit better, get some style points for your stream, I guess you would say, then what I would do is create custom nameplates. And if you're familiar with streaming and OBS and things like that, that shouldn't be something that's difficult for you. You could create a template and then just edit the name as you need it, right? Or even, of course, OBS has a text option. You can simply add a text box, and there you go. Okay, it's pretty simple. Now, let's say you want to be in the group with everyone else. Well, there's an option. Include camera in group output. You can click that option, and then you can be included in the group of tiled boxes. So basically, it will have to be its own scene, right? Because if not, then you're going to get doubling on your cameras, okay? Especially because they're asking you to use the virtual camera in OBS. Now, once you get all of this set, you can invite a guest. Now they have a few options: favorites, recents, followers, subscribers, teams, and mods. They kind of categorize them and order them. Followers, you can search for anyone to send this to, and they will receive it. And you get a few options here within this also. Now, there's a box at the bottom. You can enable guests to stream together, right? It says guests can stream your collaborations to their own channel. You can also disable this feature for individual guests backstage, okay? Now, let me be honest with this. Perhaps there's two reasons. It could be either that I don't know if I was setting this up right, or there could have still been a bug. Now, again, this is the beta we're talking about. It's not finished product. They're always working on it. So I'm sure they appreciate any feedback that they receive. But I have had trouble where I was the host, I had a guest, and then the guest being live and sharing and sharing what my screen looks like on their stream. I've had trouble with that. Not sure why. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I will be testing it again later this month, but for now, there's a bit of a struggle there. Okay, So maybe that's something that Twitch needs to look at. But either way, so you invite your guests, you send them out an invite, and also let me be clear, when your guests receive this invite, it will be in their notifications on Twitch, not in their whispers. It will be in the notifications on Twitch, not in their whispers. So now we can, if you click the drop downs, you'll be able, at the bottom of the screen, you have a few options. These are called quick buttons, right? So you can quickly share your stream or share your screen. I'm sorry. You can quickly turn your camera on and off or choose a different camera. You can quickly mute yourself or change your microphone. You can mute the audio altogether, and you can disconnect the stream together. Now we can click on preview stream output, and here is where we will see ourselves along with our guests. Now, important thing to note, says currently that no guests are shown. Shown on stream guests will appear here when pushed. You can do this from managed guests. You are in the current managed guests section. In order for someone to show up on your stream, if you've set up everything, then you will have to push to stream. There will be an option at the top right of the box of their window. Now, it'll be in the same place where you have the option to include your camera in the group output. It will be in the same location, same button. And also, once the stream begins, there's two options at the bottom, okay? The bottom right corner. One of the options is chat. So instead of you opening up another browser window, click on the chat right there and see the chat of the streamer's room that you're in. So you don't have to open up another browser window to see what's going on. You can see everything right there. All right, so when everything is done, you can finally click in stream together. And then you have a few, they let you know what will happen when you do this. You'll disconnect all guests from your stream, your closest connection to streaming software, and you're empty your guest queue and slots. Is Stream Together a viable streaming option? Absolutely. I think if you stream on Twitch, you should be using Stream Together. That's just my honest opinion. Some people are used to StreamYards, and I can understand that 100%. My biggest issue with StreamYards is that you lose engagement because you can't raid from there. You can't see events from there. You can't see if someone raids you. You would have to see that in the chat, and it would be a separate chat. People can't redeem your channel point redemptions. If you have an emote wall, people won't see that. So it is limiting. Does it work? Does StreamYard work? Yes. If you simply just want to stream with someone else very quickly, maybe that's an option for you. But in my opinion, this option is much better. It's on Twitch. And not only that, when you use this option, you go live as a host, right? You send out an invite and you want someone to stream with you. Once they accept your invitation, they can choose to send out a notification to their audience to let them know that they are live with you and to come and join. Now your numbers have an opportunity of doubling, tripling, quadrupling, just depending on how many people you invite and uh, how many different audiences you can bring into your stream. And also, the whole thing is about growing the communities, right? Because or having these other communities, uh, you want your community to grow, but you need to actually go out and speak and interact and touch other groups and other communities, right? It's one thing to do things with people that you know, but there's another thing to just venture out, meet some other people, have some different conversations. This allows you to do that. This is pushing that. This is making it easier for that to happen. And it also makes it easier for you to stream with your friends. And again, it's not a big deal. It's not a, it's not a difficult thing to set up. And it's truly not a difficult thing to understand. But if you have any questions or feedback, concerns, let me know in the comments below. Okay. Again, my name is G Class. This is the first video I'm doing. So I'm gonna try to get better. I'm gonna try to put out more of these. There's some other things that I want to talk about when it comes to streaming software itself and Twitch in particular, and also OBS, because there's a lot of everything is always growing and moving. So again, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and come check me out on Twitch. I stream 2 nights a week, mostly music. I'm willing to add a just chatting stream where we talk tech and any other technical questions, and maybe I can help you out with your stream, if you got some questions. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and please be safe.